Hello, Leo friends. I'm Annie Botticelli, and welcome to my Leo August 2024 Astrology Horoscope forecast. Well, it's Leo time. Reign, roar, pounce, stride. It's Leo time. That's the theme of this month, and you know what that means. It's all about you at this point. More chances for vibrant self-expression, to redo everything in your life, restructure everything according to your current place of who you are and how you are. Vibrant rebirth, and so many more things to talk about. We also have a blue moon again this month, the second month in a row. Different definition of this blue moon. That's why we have two in a row. That's very rare. We'll get into that. We also have a Mercury retrograde that's putting a cloud over everything that we need to understand this lens to see everything through. We've got a lot of Virgo energy that will develop after the Leo energies pass. And the most prominent thing to talk about is that we're back in eclipse time. So 4 to 6 weeks before the actual eclipses start, we are in the season and anything can happen. So that covers all of August. September 17th and October 2nd are the actual eclipses. We've got an Aries Libra eclipse cycle continuing that started in 2023. And we have a new polarity, Pisces Virgo, starting now, opening up possibilities from now until 2027. So I'm just going to talk in terms of time frames, the things that are shorter term things I'll talk about first, and then we'll lead to the more powerfully profound, longer lasting types of energies as we build up, as I give you all of the details to hopefully give you the chance to have the best month possible. This is for you if Leo is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or any other Leo placement you're listening for. What I'm going to talk about here is part of your astrological picture. And if you're a very late degree Leo friend, so birthdays like August 15th through the rest of the sign, or Leo degrees like 23 degrees or later through the rest of the sign, then I suggest you additionally listen to my Virgo report, as your very late degree friends will benefit from both readings. Okay, so we're just going to start at the beginning of the story, which has to do with the Leo energy. We've got the sun, star goddess Vesta, Venus, Mercury in retrograde, and the new moon on August 4th at 12 degrees of Leo, all working the Leo spectrum. Now, if you like the visuals on this, I am going to drop these in at the end of the report, and I'll tell you when that will happen. So those of you who want to sign off, you can. But anything that I talk about here, if you feel better about the visual and it helps you, I will do that later, okay? But what you will see if you are looking at the chart is that all of this energy is congregating in this beautiful fire sign, your fire sign, hitting off all of your placements, sending into motion a cascade of vibrance, of self-expression, of possibilities, of fun, of pleasure, of creative spirit, of generosity, of romance, of the energy of children, the energy of your bucket list, things you've always wanted to do. All of this is burning bright. Whenever we're in the time of the year where our sun is, or whatever other placement for Leo that you're, watching for, it lights up this first house. And this first house is another fire house. This is the Aries house. So there is even more intensified vigor for fire signs because of this. And it's very much about independence and autonomy and getting things situated for you in your world, revamping your life, revamping everything, and just being reborn basically. So happy birthday to all Leos for whom that is relevant. Make sure you write your wishes down, say them out loud, and feel them as if they've already come true, so that your reticular activating system can draw from the ethers of the tangible and the intangible realms the information that you need to make the best decisions to bring your wishes to light. And if it's not your birthday, but it's for your another Leo placement, you still get intentions. You can set intentions. And it's a very powerful time to do this. So whether it's wishes or intentions, the universe is especially receptive to what you're trying to co-create at this time. This can be things having to do with your physical body, things having to do with recognition, things having to do with sorting out your passion and your purpose and your, everything like that. This can bring you to a place where you just feel so happy, or this can just, in other ways, I like to describe Leo energy as like sunflowers lighting, like every cell feeling like a sunflower lifting up to the sun, so that upliftment, whatever that is that makes you feel that way, that's what Leo energy is all about. And Leo is ruled by the sun, which is the center of our solar system. So, this is a really big deal. Now, actually, before we move on from there, let's talk about the new moon. So on August 4th, we've got the new moon at 12 degrees of Leo, bringing time for wishes and intentions on all things Leo. and it's a good time to plant seeds for future development. All of you can get the goodies from this, but the closer you are to 12 degrees, so we'll give it a 5-degree range in either direction, so 7 to 17 degrees. So that's going to be like the last few days of July, the strongest around the first couple of days of August, but it lingers until around, the 7th or 8th of August, where that's the web where you get even more intensity and power from that new moon if you have a placement in that range. But don't feel left out if you're not, because there's obviously plenty of Leo energy to go around, right? Now, you'll notice a difference as the month progresses with this fiery Leo energy grounding out into Virgo. Now, we still will have a strong Leo presence all month, because even as the Sun and Venus get into Virgo, Mercury will retrograde from Virgo back into Leo. So you're still going to have something, something in Leo the whole time. Mercury retrograde in your own sign brings a very, very deep revisit to everything in your life, where you're questioning everything. You're looking back and reevaluating and seeing what things worked. You're looking back to the past to see things that you love from the past that you want to bring to the present, things that made you feel like you could do anything. There are things in your life that may make you feel that way. Sometimes it's a place where you go walk in nature. Sometimes it's being around a certain person or listening to certain music. But whatever it is that makes you feel that way, bringing more of that in your life and bringing more of this passion and purpose in your life. And it's, Mercury retrograde in your sign doesn't happen often. The Mercury retrograde happens often, but in our sign, it doesn't happen often. So, this is a very deep reevaluation process where you're questioning everything. And Mercury retrograde is like that anyway. So in general, August is a month to be the earthworm, go back over old things to make them nice and fertile for new growth. Second, be the spider, wait for food to come to you, even though it is a time to pounce. As I said, with your raining and roaring and pouncing and striding, it's, a time to pounce on opportunities that come to you, not try to force or conjure anything to happen, because Mercury retrograde is a time when the tides are coming in, which is my third point. This month you are on the shore and the tides are coming in. Let it bring you what it will. It's a dolphin, it's garbage, whatever it is. But you're not trying to put your boats afloat at this time. You're doing things, in either private, or you're revamping things that were already in process and just kind of renewing those, or you're experimenting, trying things on, doing some short-term things. This is a time where anything you put back in the waters will probably come right back to you. So it's really great for like a short-term promotion, or going back to people or contacts or places from the past that brought you great joy or that you feel drawn to. As the planets move deeper into Virgo, this is going to give you more powers of perseverance and persistence and discipline. And between the combination of Leo and Virgo energies, hopefully you can revamp your whole routine, which is Virgo stuff, your organization systems, and get a fresh, new, vibrant routine going as we settle into the new cycle. Now for Leo's, Virgo energy, which is Mercury at first, then will be Venus, the Sun is there, star goddess Estrella, star goddess Juno are all there. And that energy lights up your second house of money. So you actually have quite a full money house at this time. Earned income, your confidence about your money, raises, anything, your budgeting, your material possessions, how you are with your material possessions. All of that is getting extra focus now and extra vibrance, especially as the month goes on and the sun gets there. It's like a giant spotlight. Whenever you have a giant spotlight in a room, you can see the cobwebs or things that weren't as apparent. So if you have some fixing around you need to do in your financial sector, you can see that. And then it also, a bright light in a dark space will elucidate and make things brighter and warmer and more vibrant. So you have that happening for your money sector as well. Okay, so let's move on to the blue moon. There are 3 definitions of blue moon that I know of. One is a second full moon in a calendar month. The second is a second full moon in a sign, which is what we had at the end of July, which is the second full moon in Capricorn. And then the third is an astronomical definition, which is the third out of 4 full moons between the range of the solstice, the summer solstice, and the fall equinox. Okay, so the third moon in a sequence of 4 that happens in that time frame is called a seasonal blue moon. And these happen only around every 33 months. So hence once in a blue moon. The other ones may happen once every 13 months, but they're rare, but they're not as rare as a seasonal blue moon is. So there may be blue moon, once in a blue moon things happening for you. And the two sectors that are most highlighted here, the first has to do with all Aquarius stuff. So friendships, social circles, community projects, internet-based projects, social media, patents, networking, things like that. And specifically for Leo, that happens in your 7th house of relationships. So you can have once in a blue moon opportunities in your relationship space. Since Mercury is retrograde, we have to look at everything through that lens. This can bring people back from your past. You may have a chance to fix something from the past. You may have a chance to redo something from the past. You may have a chance to get something going that was going in the past with a past contact. Romantic, business, friendship. This is a time for second chances. This is a time for second attempts. This is a time to clean up unfinished business. And the blue moon can elucidate and bring to fullness, completion, fruition, or drama, any of those things that I just discussed. Those are the dates around August 19th. Okay, and that's in opposition for you. So that's at 27 degrees. So you very late degree friends will receive a direct opposition from that. So like 22 degrees to the rest of the sign. So that's basically going to be like August 12th through the rest of the sign, the closer to around August 17th, the more you're getting the direct opposition there. So that will make you notice it more. Oppositions are this push and pull, but this can also be us feeling like we have all the balls in the air and like everything is magically running between ourselves and our relationships and we're just doing everything right. So you could get yourself into a wonderful groove from this. There could be some discord, but it could stretch into accord with the nature of the transit. Okay, so the next piece here, let's just do a quick mention of Mars finishing August in your 11th house. Just talked about all of those Aquarian things with the, friendships and groups and things like that. So you also have Mars giving you extra energy, extra resources, extra oomph, extra motivation in those sectors. And that's for the next month. And then for the next year, you've got Jupiter expanding that whole space. So there's a short-term and long-term series of layers that are going on in that area of your life. Okay, so now let's talk about the eclipses. We've got 2 sets of eclipses that are at play now. And this complicates things because it adds so many layers. We've been having the Aries Libra eclipse cycle that started in early 2023 and goes through early 2025. So basically this is the second to last eclipse hot spot of that cycle. Aries Libra refers to me versus we. So your relationships with yourself and other people are getting reshuffled in this time. Autonomy versus interdependence versus codependence. All of these things are coming up to be dealt with so you can get to stronger, deeper layers of relationship with yourself and with other people. Now, specifically for Leo people, the Aries Libra energy is in your 3rd and 9th house. So this may have led you down a path of more education or stepping into being a teacher or stepping into leading the charge for the 5th dimension, as I talked about in the July report. But all of this has to do with taking in information and putting out information and doing that in various ways. And also having experiences that are in your neighborhood or out to the furthest reaches of the world. So those are the kind of energetics that are at play for the Aries Libra portion of the eclipse cycle. Now, the new lines of energy have to do with Pisces and Virgo. And those are starting now and going until early 2027. So we've got a long period of time still with these. Pisces Virgo is all about chaos versus order, spirituality versus mundane, necessary versus exalted creative space, which some people think is just as necessary, right? So the basics versus the emotional basics, we'll say, and spiritual basics. All of those things can have to do with your health, your pets, your organization, your daily routine, and your psychic space and your healing space and your place where you're connected to everything and everyone through this beautiful, sometimes invisible, but still there web that connects all life and afterlife. So that's what's being introduced. So you may see themes of intuition versus logic and all of these other things coming up now. Again, 4 to 6 weeks before the first eclipse puts us in all of August being a hot spot for these energies to start to manifest. Now, the Pisces Virgo eclipse cycle, that's what the general implications. But the individual implications are in your second and eighth houses. So these are your money houses. So the same energy that's being lit up by the Virgo transits that I talked about before in a short-term way, those energies are being lit up now for years. Okay, so there will be a lot of reshuffling around of your finances. Maybe personal income may go away and you may inherit money, or maybe you may lose a job, but then you start a new one, or maybe you get divorced and now you have to make your own money, or maybe you get married and now you don't have to work. This energy of shuffling around resources for individual to collaborative, is really a hot spot now. So the Pisces energy, the thing that is coming to fruition, fullness, completion, drama, in September, but we're feeling it. This type of full moon, we feel 4 to 6 weeks beforehand because it's an eclipse. This is birth, death, transformation, rebirth, the phoenix rising from the ashes. This is the energy of legacy and of deep spiritual and psychological power. And so that's what's coming up at this time. So I've given you a lot of dates. If you're holding out for the visuals, I'm about to pop those in. I just want to close everyone out who's going. If you want to know all of the sweet and salty dates this month, including we've got a bunch of just annoying aspects, I'm calling them nuisance aspects, what you can do with those, my favorite days of the month, all of those things, you can get my report by going to anniehelpsyou.com, putting your name and email address in right there. Then when you get the welcome letter, you click on the archive link, and then you just put August 2024 in the search, and you'll be able to find that sweet and salty newsletter. And you'll get all of my other astrology education things that go to my free VIP community. I also have a double blue moon promo where you buy or in the payment plan or pay in full for my astrology certification course, and you get every other course in my whole school for free. So that runs until the end of August, or if those slots close, that will be, I think, done by August 28th if it doesn't close sooner. So you can see that at beastropro.com, beastropro.com, or at anniehelpsyou.com. Scroll down to up level and then go to the certification course. All right, so bye for you all who are leaving, and for you all who want to see the visuals and whatever other insights I might have once I'm looking back at the chart, then I'm going to drop those in now. Okay, so I'm going to go through the visuals of the things I talked about. We've got the Sun, Vesta, Venus, Mercury in retrograde, and the new moon on August 4th, all lightening up your first house as they go through your sign of Leo. Time to roar and reign and stride and pounce on the opportunities that come to you. Then as those planets move along, we've got them in Virgo, Astrea's there, Juno is also there. Big party in your financial sector, which is only going to be further intensified in the long term by the Pisces Virgo eclipse cycle that is starting now and going through early 2027. Things reshuffling around there. The Aries Libra eclipse cycle has been highlighting your third and ninth houses of teaching, learning, education, spiritual studies, long distance travel, different countries, different cultures, international business, and in general, taking in information and putting it back out. The full moon, blue moon, supermoon, closer to us than usual, looking bigger in the sky, having more gravitational pull. Aquarius Blue Moon is happening here in your seventh house of relationships, bringing fullness, completion, fruition, drama to that space, and also to all Aquarian things, which is groups and communities, internet-based projects, and yourself in society, your role. Mars has one more month in your 11th house, which is the energy of this Aquarius. You have the energy of Aquarius in your 7th house being a Leo, but Aquarius rules the 11th house. So you've got extra Aquarius energy from Mars being there for another month and Jupiter being there for another year until basically June. So all of that is in process. If you want my nuisance dates of the month, my sweet and salty dates, and more written about the eclipses and the blue moon, go to anniehelpsyou.com, put your name and email address in there, click receive. I don't spam you. I don't sell my list to anyone else. I don't promote other people's stuff. This is just about you having access to extra learning for astrology and extra promos for things that I sometimes only offer my VIP community, and extra access for your education purposes. So then you can get the welcome letter in your inbox, put in August 2024 astrology, and get all of that information. When you go to anniehelpsyou.com, you can scroll down and see some of my other offerings, including my Become a Professional Astrologer Mastery course. You can click on Up Level and then go to click on the certification course. And that's where you can see my double blue moon promo, where you get every other course in my school for free when you register for this one. And that will run till the end of August, or sooner if the slots fill. But I think by August 28th, that will be wrapped up. You can check that out there, or you can go directly to www.theastropro.com. Bye for now. I'll see you next month. Bye.